Yo, what is good on my fellow monsters and hunters of share? Godsend Killer here, bringing you guys, of course, some more Evolve. Now, in today's video, we're going to be discussing the new Tier 5 support, Kale, and pretty much what she can do. Thanks to some other members in the Evolve community, I actually got some information about what her move set can actually do, because Kale, to say the least, she is a very interesting support character, at least from what I can tell from the trailer, with her kind of being a human monster hybrid, or at least a human with some sort of monster DNA. She looks pretty cool, and her moves look like they can be really interesting. So if that sounds interesting to you at all, do stay around and watch the whole video. But anyways, let's get right into it. Now then, let's talk about Kale's first ability and main damage dealer, called the Siren Missiles, an improvement on Kraken technology. These airborne missiles home in on nearby enemies. When placed on the ground, they become more powerful, slower moving homing mines. Now, other than the fact that this is clearly the human version of Kraken's Banshee Mines, this move is interesting to me because it's versatile. Not only are you going to be able to attack the monster straight forward, as you can see right here, but according to the description, we're going to be able to place these down and they're going to become more powerful. So they're going to act like the Kraken's Banshee Mines, where they stay in a certain place until an enemy gets nearby, monster, wildlife included. So this means that this attack is going to be able to do more than just simply just point and shoot. You know, you're going to be able to do damage in another way, and that's by having it set up in advance somewhere. Like if a monster is trying to mitigate damage going around corners a lot, you can be able to place one of your Siren Missiles down. It's going to home right next to it and do a little bit more damage than it normally would. So this is going to be good, especially in combination with other hunters like Markov that can place mines down himself. It's going to do a lot of damage to monsters that are trying to run away a lot. So pretty versatile move, I gotta say. I like what I'm hearing so far. But anyways, let's move on to our second ability, which is the Teleport Pads, an improvement on Wraith technology. These pads create rifts that allow teammates to move instantaneously from one part of the map to another. Excuse me, that word is a bit of a tongue twister for me. Now, as we can tell from the trailer, it seems like you had to use two teleport pads, one to place where you want you and your team to teleport to, and the actual teleport pad itself. Now this is interesting to me because I wonder if she's going to be able to place a teleport pad outside of a dome and have teammates teleport outside of a dome, because that would be really useful for the hunters and the pain that you know what for the monsters. It definitely seems like a get out of jail free card, you know. It seems like you might be able to just teleport the dome outside of domes pretty easily, but we're not sure how this may work. You know, you may not even be able to teleport outside of a dome for all we know, but it just seems like, from what I can tell from this trailer, that you might be able to do something like that. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. But this is going to be a really good move, especially for the fact she doesn't have shields, excuse me. And the support players that don't have shields are usually the ones that people do not play. So they probably wanted to make a really good move that can help, make her good without having any shields. So this seems like it's going to be a pretty good move, albeit a little bit annoying for us monster guys. But anyways, let's discuss her last unique move other than the cloak itself, and that is called the Armor Reducer. Now, using Goliath's armor technology, the Armored Reducer shoots a beam which temporarily eliminates the monster's armor. The armor quickly regenerates once the beam connection breaks. Now, I have to say, at least for me anyway, this seems like this is the most intimidating move in her arsenal. From what we can tell from the trailer, it seems like it's going to have at least decent range, if not about the same range as Cabot's Damage Amp. But the fact that you have a move that's going to pretty much negate the monster's armor and allow the teammates to get health damage off is scary, especially towards the end of a game where a monster's already low at health. I can't see it being like super useful at the beginning of a game. It just depends on how coordinated the team is. But towards the end, where a monster already has low health, this is going to be scary, especially with certain combinations like a Parnell on the team, and a Parnell with Val having some weak points with Super Soldier going on. You're going to be able to get a lot of damage off, while, you know, just negating armor quickly. So this is going to be something that monster players are going to have to constantly be thinking about with this new support Kale. So overall, her moves to me, they seem pretty good, at least on paper. We don't know how she actually is gonna play yet until we get our hands on her, which is actually gonna be tomorrow, Wednesday. So we don't know exactly how good she's gonna be, but what we can tell from the trailer, she seems like she's gonna be a pretty good support, which I'm glad to hear, because right now we don't really have any good supports that don't have any shields. Don't get me wrong, Bucket and Cabot can be fun to play and they can be good, but let's be real, Hank and Sunny are the best supports because their tools are just much better, they're more versatile, and of course they have shields. So we kind of need a support that can stand out that doesn't have shields, and Kyla seems like she's gonna be the one. She might actually be, but we have to wait until she comes on Wednesday. But anyways, you guys let me know in the comments below, what do you think about her so far from what we've seen? Do you think she's going to be a good support? Do you think she's going to be whacked, overlooked? You guys let me know in the comments below. But until next time, you guys take it easy. Laters.